Thank you.
Well, thank you for the invitation. Oh, it's okay. Grazie. I thanks the technicians that helped me. And I thank you for the invitation, and I regret not being with you in attendance and presence. Personally, as you will see, I have promoted and I'm involved in various bilateral Italia-France projects, and unfortunately, sudden commitments changed my schedule at last moment. Today, I am speaking as the director of the Underwater Archaeology Intervention Unit of the Central Institute for Restoration that I direct for a long time, and as the former superintendent of the National Superintendency for Underwater Cultural Heritage, for which I continue to coordinate the project that I started when I was superintendent. So today I present you some project from the Institute for Central Institute for Conservation and for the Superintendency for Underwater Cultural Heritage. I thought you about the bilateral projects. One of these is a very important project that started a long time ago and that involved together the Superintendenza Archeologia, Belle Arti e Paesaggio per il Comune di Napoli, the Central Institute for Restoration, my group of search, and the Centre Camille Julien. We are all involved in the study, restoration project, restores of the wrecks recovered during the works in the construction of the underground in Naples. Another project is a training project. We are the National Superintendency for Underwater Cultural Heritage is associated partner for the UNESCO Chair project of the MOMARC, Master of Maritime and Coastal Archaeology. So the responsible scholar seen for coordinating the collaboration with the Chair project. Another important project is the one that see Puglia region, the Centre Camille Julien and the National Superintendency in Taranto for the construction of a sailing replica 1.1 of the Greek Jules Verne set wreck. This is a project, it's a very interesting project that involves our institution. And the last but not least, the project that we have together with RASM to study the wreck Capo Corso 2, Cape Corso 2, found at about 350 meters. That is very important wrecks with a cargo of glass and other metal artifacts. Well, but today I want to focus my speech about the cataloging and the scheduling of underwater cultural heritage. That I think is a very important topics in our activities. Concerning the underwater cultural heritage, we have in the Ministry of Culture different institutions involved in the cataloging, in scheduling, and georeferencing the sites. The first one, the last arrived, the National Superintendency for Underwater Cultural Heritage, has the objective to study, cataloging, and georeferencing the underwater cultural heritage. And as I start this activity, I improve as I can the interoperability between all the GIS of the Ministry of Culture. because there are other institutions that are involved in scheduling and cataloging cultural heritage and underwater cultural heritage too, but sometimes the GIS they're not are they are not linked together. There was no interoperability, and this is a pity because we have to do the work 2 times or 3 times. So I improve this interoperability between of the GIS. And I work especially with the Central Institute for Restoration and the Istituto Centrale per il Catalogo e la Documentazione to schedule and to design the sheet to study and catalog underwater cultural heritage. Well, we were involved in the plan of the risk map of underwater cultural heritage that is includes in the GIS risk map cultural heritage and GIS Vincoli in Rete that is linked with the General Catalogo Information System Cultural Heritage of the Istituto Centrale per il Catalogo and with the National Geoportal for Archaeology of the Istituto Centrale per l'Archeologia. This is just one example of different sites that are scheduled in the catalogo del CCD. And now I want to explain you the type of risk map we have developed for underwater cultural heritage. That at the moment is the only one in Europe, I think, and I think also in the world. The risk map, as you well know, is a scientific and administrative support information system for statal and territorial authorities in charge of the protection of cultural heritage. It was developed by the Central Institute for Restoration, is a system of experimentation and research of the territory for the knowledge of the risk of the management of the real estate. And it includes a system of database, alphanumeric and cartographic, capable of explore, overlay, and process information on potential factor of risk affecting the cultural heritage. Well, together with the colleagues of the Istituto Centrale per il Restauro, we have developed this sheet called Underwater Cultural Heritage, Beni Subacquei, and we have planned, we have designed the SAMAS sheet is devoted to analyze in situ the underwater cultural heritage, structures, wrecks, single artifacts. And here you can see, so it's very useful to be to schedule directly underwater the site, and then you can insert the data in on land in your office, and this is the one of the images of this sheet. Well, the originality and of this system, the risk map, is due to the analysis for each single site of the risk factors. That are two typology of risk factors: the individual vulnerability, that is the aggression of an environmental spatial factors, and the spatial hazard, a function indicating the level of potential natural damage regardless of the occurrence of heritage underwater sites. Here you can see the risk that we analyze for each site: landslide, volcanic, seismic, anthropic, trawling boats, current, erosion, wave motion, pollution, and other risks. And we can know if the data is a direct detection or is a data acquired. Here you can see the interoperability process that make it possible to represent area of a submerged territory as a function. For example, sea bathymetry for characterize the depths, and we can use also the source of other geoportal as the National Geoportal and ISPRA data, and we can query the system, provides information of select point in these depths, for example, and again, thanks to the interoperability process, we can overlay. For example, here I show you the tsunami scenario run up by Alert Watch, ISPRA data, with architectural and archaeological assets on land and on the sea. And here we can have a very important tsunami with a particular territorial aggression, but now we know all the underwater and coastal archaeological sites that are under risk. And here, one of the building present in Baie that Fabio Pagano showed you before me, and that is scheduled in the risk map. At the moment, we have about 1,200 underwater sites in the risk map and in the other GIS of the Ministry of Culture, like Vincoli in Rete, and then after this presentation of the GIS, I just want to show you the work that we have done in these 3 years together with a lot of ministry connected with the planning of the maritime spatial in Italy. The maritime spatial planning is a very important action that involved, as I told you, the Ministry of Culture at a region in Italy and other ministry, university, institution, and that are all involved in this very important action to define the spatial planning and to choose the activities that are possibly in our sea. You know very well how it's important to have a well-planned maritime space for the sustainable growth of Europe's blue economy and for creating activities that develop the countries. Here in this slide, you can see all the activities that are have occur in the sea with farms, fishing, transportation, habitats, boating, aquaculture, industry, property owners, but we have also the underwater cultural heritage that we as Ministry of Culture have the duty to protect. Well, here you can see the organization of the structure, all the structures that are involved in this action, and I want just to spend a few words with you about the news that we have insert in the maritime spatial planning. That is different in comparison with other countries. We had the idea that when we have to plan the use of the sea, we have to integrate another unit, that is the land-sea interaction. And we insert the 300-meter portion of the coast that is completely insert in our planning action. So this is a news, and this is very important for us, for the Italian point of view, because it's important to protect underwater cultural heritage, but also the coastal and the coastal remains. You have seen Baie, that is present at the depth of 15 meters, or 5 meters, 2 meters depth, so also 0.15 meters. So this is the activities that we have done thanks to the data collected in all the GIS that I present to you. So the risk map, the national cataloging, give us the possibility to use this data to plan the marine spatial for during the activities of the planning of the data. So these are all the underwater archaeological sites insert in this project. The maritime spatial planning is important for protection, of course, and for preventive archaeology that give us the possibility to protect during the activities, and also to promote and enhancement the underwater cultural heritage. Concerning this, we have a very important experience using Internet of Underwater Things, and that give us the possibility to use this technology for the visit of selected underwater archaeological site. And I think this is the future for in situ the promotion of underwater cultural heritage, but we have also to think about people that don't dive. So it's important also to open new exposition with to show also artifacts recovered in deep sea, like this in Taranto that I organized for the presentation of the wreck, the early archaic wreck of Otranto Straits that was discovered at 780 meters. So